Namaste, guys. Phoenix here. Okay, I was just into this reading, and then my battery, it said my storage was full and the phone cut off. And so now I have to redo the reading, but I guess it's for a reason. Okay, and so I was talking about something that you are releasing, and you may be feeling this moon, the energy of this moon that's compelling you to release something that is no longer serving you. This could be a thought pattern, a belief system that's asking you to release it. It could be something like you don't believe that you can achieve good things. It can be you don't trust spirit enough to get the downloads when you need to get the downloads. It could be something like, I don't know, this feels like you've done a lot of things, productive things in the past, and nothing's worked for you. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Okay, because I went to turn down the TV, and I'm watching American Dad, and Haley had an inner critic, and this inner critic criticized her constantly. And so she would, I feel like throat chakra energy also. That's why I got my chrysoprase on. And so, because it's good for the throat chakra. And so she wanted to get rid of her inner critic, but she had Roger hypnotize her to get rid of the inner critic, but the inner critic produced itself outside of her as a cow. And so it could be people outside of you mimicking what you say about yourself inwardly, okay? Because remember, things will manifest outside of you so that you can see your progress, so that you can receive the fruits of your labor, so that you can see the seeds that you are planting, right? And so until she confronted that inner critic, after it was placed outside of her, you're gonna have to speak your truth to somebody or something, okay? Because until she confronted her truth, confronted that inner critic, it went away. And so she tried to hide it down, but then it came outside of her. So that may be something that you are required to do right now, to speak your truth in a powerful way. But Spirit is going to give you the messages that you need to say, okay? Because this feels like, of course, it feels like childhood or past life. It can be persecution or inquisition, because pretty much all day I had been watching The Cosmos with Neil deGrasse, however you say his name. I had been watching his shows, and he was talking about like this man. He wasn't, and then we have intuition right here, and I'm trying to get the past life cards. And so he wasn't, he was a Christian, a devout Christian, but he got a download from the skies, and it told him about how the universe works and things like that. And he went to the preacher to try to, speak his piece about it, but they imprisoned him for 10 years. And he knew about the planets, he knew about the stars and things like that because of the vision that he saw. And he went to tell the people that the God that y'all think y'all worshiping is not the true God, and so they imprisoned him, and then they wound up burning him at the stake. And then 10 years later, Nostradamus or Einstein came in with their invention, proving what this man had already said. So that could be something. We have angels past life, okay? So you could have been someone that spoke your truth in the past life and could have been persecuted for it, okay? You could have been an angel in the past life, okay? And people were not ready to accept you, okay? And so we have divine feminine and new moon, okay? So this energy feels like it's just flowing to you right now. The Celtic, I cannot, Celtic. The Celtic time, and then, I should have mentioned this. When I was into the reading, these two cards had came out, the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician. And this is Celtic cards, right? And so maybe in a Celtic time, you could be Irish. Don't have to be, you may have Irish heritage, okay? Because we have this Celtic card here. And this is the Celtic cross. So that proves, and then we have medicine man and woman. So you could have spoke some type of truth in a past life and people didn't believe you. And so you are faced to confront that this lifetime, okay? And so we have divine feminine and new moon. And so this is the new moon. Okay, look, y'all seen me. I cannot look at that. I was saying that leaving and traveling, right? You could have been kicked out of a community for this, right? Man, you could have karmic relationships because it is like afraid to speak your truth because of your spirituality and your religion, okay? Man, because of the way you were farmed, you were raised, you were bred this way to be. We have phobias, bred into your phobias, and then Celtic is showing up again, right? I cannot make this up. And then we have medicine man and woman here again, and we have lessons and blessings, right? And so, man, and we have biblical. What was I saying? 606 on my timer. Man, male and female, like that karmic energy. And then I see the Two of Cups over there. And then we have relationships, like, right? And then the Two of Cups. And then we have karmic relationships, right? And then we have male and female, right? And then we have vows right up under that, right? So that speaks truth to what I was saying, right? So this energy could be showing up outside of you as resistance from like a real churchy family member, resistance from like even a partner in your life may be real religious and trying to keep you out of your light, okay? And then your intuition, the cards is just coming out on its own. I'm just like, and it's just like sliding out to me. And so, man, this is something that you're here to clear. This right here, right now. This is your destiny to clear this, okay? And so we have new moon, and this is the new moon, the 24th, 25th, 26th. You're in that energy. I don't know if y'all saw that extra glow on this card, but I definitely seen it. And then we have divine feminine, right? And so you're in that flow state to where you are receiving this. And they want me to put my clear quartz crystal and my selenite crystal in my right hand to receive. And so this is for you to receive clarity, okay? And so from the higher realms, okay? Archangel Michael, okay, is with you, releasing this cord from you, okay? And so you may be feeling this energy within you. It may be bringing people in your outside reality to try to like remind you of your past life, okay? It does that to reveal things to you, and people in your outside reality start showing up because it has to reveal something to you, okay? It needs to speak its piece. Energy needs to be witnessed. It needs to be felt, okay? Or you may need to speak your piece with it, okay? Because I got this chrysoprase stone on, and this is about your throat chakra, right? It helps me for my throat chakra. I don't know, you all can look it up. A chrysoprase, chrysoprase, okay? I think that's how you said chrysoprase, yeah. And then we have, as I was saying about Neil deGrasse, he was talking about like how a lot of inventors open the doors for other inventors. And so it was like they're like piggybacked off each other's work to open doors for what they, like he said, people challenged beliefs, scientific beliefs, because it didn't feel right. And so he said people challenged it, right? And then he said it's good to challenge things like that, because if you would not have challenged it, you wouldn't have the newest things, right? We wouldn't have the light bulb, Edison, right? I think Nikola Tesla, I don't know how they say it, took his invention, I don't know, or they were in it together, I don't know. But this is what I feel like you're channeling from. You're channeling that information, okay, good. That's going to bring good fortune, but this energy is going to be used collectively, okay? And I feel like it's going to help people see what's inside of them, to see that as their truth, to see their soul space as the God within, okay? This is what this feels like you're going to be helping someone with, because when I was laying on the couch watching this, I heard the newest something. I always talk about this because right before I went to the Navy, I want to say like maybe a month before I went to the Navy, I got a download, 1010, just passed on my timer, about some shoes. And this was in 2007. And to switch the heel of the shoes, and it was called Soul Switchers. Because I had 3 sons. I was buying them basketball shoes, cleats, regular shoes to wear to school, regular shoes to wear outside. And I was so tired of buying shoes. And so I had emailed Nike and told them about the adventure. And they was like, emailed me back saying, we thank you for your purchases, being a consumer or valued consumer. And we assure you that we're doing everything that we can to address the concerns of our customers. And they said, your idea is really great, but however, it poses a lot of what they say, legal risk. And I was just like, oh, like, well, it's just, you know, I got that idea. But later down the line, I want to say like around 5 years ago, I had a soul switch. Like my soul was switched. So I had my old soul, and then I got switched to a new higher vibrational frequency soul. I'm just looking to see what that is. I think that's some grease stains. I don't know. My grandkids was here and I think them grease stains. I'm just not seeing that. I just watched it. Oh, my crown. And so I had wind up telling them, and that always comes up to me. And I didn't even know nothing about me being this way back then. I went to the Navy like 3 months later, and I was telling my husband at the time, I said, oh, I got an awesome idea. I was even trying to find like some patent companies. I was trying to find a way to make a like a blueprint or a script, you know. I don't know what they call it, but I was trying to do that before I went to the Navy. I even called like the patent company, and it was telling me how much it was going to cost, which was very expensive to get something patent. And so had I had the money to get it patent, when I came back from the Navy in 2013, and in 2015, I started seeing videos of somebody did that invention, or, you know, the ideas are out in the ethers, right? And so it's just like whatever you can receive, like whatever vibrational frequency you're on, whatever your spirit guides can get to you at that time is the information that you can receive, right? Because it's out there for everybody. I don't take no claim to it, right? It was a message that spirit downloaded to me. I couldn't do it, so it went back up into the ethers, and somebody was able to do it. We have the 3 of Wands here, okay? These cards keep looking at me, and we have the devil right behind the 3 of Wands. So this is allowing you to see your demons, okay? So that you're no longer confused, okay? Like you can see your demons. This is why this energy is bringing up to you, okay? So that you're no longer confused. And as I said, this could be past life or inner child, okay? And look, I got these cards in a rubber band, and these cards just sticking up. I didn't even touch these cards at all. I just seen them. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Spirit has asked me to walk away from that energy. And then we have the Ace of Swords right up under there. So these are the cards, the tarot cards that wants to be used when I get done. It's just here that this is how in flow, in sync your guides are, okay? They're right here, like helping you sink this down, especially Archangel Michael. He is definitely like here with you, helping you sink this in, helping you have this new beginning. Wow. I don't know what this is, sorry. I don't know what this is going to be for you all, right? This can be a new invention within you, okay? Because I was hearing that this morning, like an inward invention on how to connect with your higher self, with your soul, okay? That's something that I was hearing, like a way to connect with your soul, an inventive way to connect people with their soul's truth, okay? 14:44 on my timer. And then we have earth and the shadow, right? And this is how, like, people, like, being on this earth for so long, being, you know, for the souls that has not awakened yet, right? You're going to help them, okay? But you're going to do it within you first, okay? This is an invention that's going to come from within, okay? Because we have growth and communication, right? And so this growth is going to happen from within. You're going to teach people how to communicate with their higher self, okay? And get messages from their ancestors to help them grow, okay? And so this is really good, okay? This is really, really good. Remember, like, everything happens within. All of your transformation comes from within first, okay? And I have to happen to keep mentioning that. And then we have earth spirits, right? I mean, nature spirits, right? And that's the earth spirits for a reason, because it may be earthbound spirits here, right? And then we have innocence, purity. This is more confirmation to what I'm saying, to their higher self, their soulmate, right? We just saw the Two of Cups, passion, fire, right? You're going to help people. This is going to be some knowledge that you're going to give to them to help them get in contact with home, so they can tap into their natural home instincts. I heard E.T. phone home. This is something you're going to be doing for people, okay? You could consider yourself a medicine man or woman right now at this time. Don't have to be, but you have lineage as a medicine man or woman, okay? Past life as a medicine man or woman. 5 of Wands. And so this feels like also, well, yeah, what was Spirit saying? Thank you. This feels, okay, so Spirit is saying, like, you have to understand, like, change come from within. The Star card, like, change come from within, okay? It's going to come from within first. You're going to feel it within. You're going to feel that sense of calm, that sense of peace, that sense of clarity, that sense of connection within yourself, right? And you're going to remember how you did it. You're going to know how you link within yourself. You're going to know exactly how to do it. And it's something that you are going to invent from that process, okay? From that process of you connecting with your inner self. And you're going to show people how to do that, okay? Ooh. It may be like a different form of meditation. I don't know. I'm gonna see what this is. But this is going to happen within first, okay? You could be seeing Black Hawks, okay? Maybe balloon rides could be significant. Skydiving, okay? You could have wanted to be an astronaut, okay? You may want to be a pilot, okay? You're very intuitive. The Queen of Cups, the Hermit is out here, okay? And then we have intuition. You're very intuitive. Pay attention to your intuition. And it says, each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal, okay? How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. That's good, right? And this is what 1808 on my timer, 808. You all could be seeing. I heard boom like an 808. I don't but it's gonna be a boom factor, okay? Whatever you're going to show people is going to be boom. And we have humility. Like I said, these cards were just like plopping out of the deck while I was just like shuffling these cards before I even came on here. Well, not the first time. And I didn't even, the only cards that I had laid down was these cards, these ancestor cards and these symbol cards, okay? And so we have humility. You could be saying an owl. Athena could resonate with you. And it says, allow me, divine, to always accept. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. I cannot make this up. This is just how the cards start going. Okay, and so whatever this is, I don't know if it's going to come in a dream, but you're going to have to release this. And I know we hear that all the time. I be asking Spirit that because I don't like the way it feels. So when I used to hear readers say, you got to release this first, you got to release this first. And you just be like, damn, I done so much releasing. How much more releasing I have to be? And it's like, you don't have to release it. You have to accept. Allow the energy Okay. Allow the energy to explain itself. Allow the energy to tell you why it's there, and accept that it's there, and accept it with love. Okay, from whoever did you a particular type of way. Okay, you have to recognize that, yes, I see that you are here because of this, right? And when you recognize that, you can tell your shadow self, okay, you know, we hear this person out and we see why they are here. We see why they, you know, did a certain thing. And we have to understand, a lot of times, the high priestess, you definitely are into your intuition, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, wow. Look at that. You may be seeing gray and black cats, okay? I'm going to keep those. And so it's like, you have to tell that version of you that was inside of you, okay, that you know, thank you for protecting my inner child, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of our wounds is built up because of our inner child, right? And these, remember, the mind are only experiences of the world. The mind would never be able to perceive the soul. The mind could only perceive the world, and the world perceives the mind. I'm sorry. The mind can only perceive the world, and the soul perceives the spirit. Okay. The soul perceives that things of the spirit, right? And the soul's personality is the inner child. Okay. And the inner child personality became the inner child bodyguard became your shadow, okay? And it's like, whatever happened to your inner child became a shadow. And so it feels like you and whatever this energy is from a religious group, okay, from the persecution or inquisition, it's like your mind never let it go. Your mind never forgave them for what they did to you, right? And because your mind is holding on to that, right? And you were innocent in the past life because the angel card was out there, right? You didn't see it, okay? The angel card was the first card that fell out the deck. And because you were innocent and you came bearing some truth, okay? And people didn't accept it. And it hurt you, okay? The angel card came out, okay? And because you came bearing some truth, you had some form of truth that you was here to bear, and they rejected it and persecuted you for it. And so because you came here, you had a mind, right? And you had a memory space, okay? Because you had to transcend into this physical body. You had to get a body in order to come here, right? And a body comes with the mind, right? And so you had to have that. And so the mind remembered, and that left a really heavy scar on the mind. And the mind has been carrying that scar for so long. And it's like, you may shy away from the church, right? Or you could have gotten really, really into the church because you felt the sense of but not a sense of belonging, but a sense of fearful belonging. Because on the show that I was watching with Neil deGrasse, he showed when they had him at the stake putting the hay around his feet, they tried to make him kiss the cross, and he turned his head from it. And so the mind remembered that. And so it could have came here this lifetime having a strong tie with the religion, right? Because the mind barely remembers things, right? It always sees things something different, right? As far as memory, right? And so Spirit is trying to hit me to explain this because I don't know where all this is coming from, because trust me, I don't know. And so the mind barely remembers things. You know, people, I don't know what's the thing is, like when you're in at the start of a job and they have like the proctors whisper something in your ear and tell you to pass it on to see how many people can come up with the same thing, the original answer, right? And then by the time they get back to the other proctor, what he said was completely wrong. It got jumbled, right? Dang, Spirit is so raw. And so that may be what you are experiencing, okay? You may feel like a a tie with the church, okay, you may feel persecution and inquisition. You may feel a deep sense of guilt or a deep sense of shame within you that you are releasing, okay? And so, like I said, you was here a past life, and you came to deliver a message. You know, I'm kind of, they having me feel like that, Yahusha, how Yahusha was, it happened to him the same way, right? But in a sense of, he denied his ego, okay? He crucified his ego, right? If you understand that esoterically, okay? And it's just like, but you were punished for this, okay? And so, man, Spirit, how do we want me to look at this? So Spirit wants you to look at this from a place of forgiveness and understanding, okay? Knowing that you're free to speak your voice, and the same thing won't happen to you again, okay? Because they bringing my attention to this book, and you see how that white light is coming out the book, okay? And so it's like you have a message that may be coming from this book, okay? But your message, man, they're showing me, like, you know how preachers preach a sermon, right? Her vibrational frequency. So maybe it may be the way, I don't know why I said it like that, but it seems like it's the way that you read the Bible. I don't know. Or whatever religious text that you read, okay? It's like you shine truth. You bring the truth out of whatever religious text that you bring because of your vibrational frequency, okay? And the only reason I said Bible because we have biblical also, right? This is something deeply religion, okay? And so it's made like you may have to speak your truth to somebody this lifetime about the Bible, okay? And it's something in the Bible that Spirit may give you to shut a religious person the F up. But that's not only that you're shutting them up, okay? You're speaking your truth from the most highest vibrational frequency possible, okay? Because this energy has been following you around from lifetime to lifetime. Persecution, inquisition, okay? This last lifetime, it was a Celtic lifetime, okay? I'm hearing Mormons also. I don't know why I would hear that. But, and then you have phobia, so you have some type of fear about saying what it is that you need to say. And then this card is a little bit green to me, right? So you have some fear about saying what it is that you need to say. Saying it, speaking it, telling your truth, okay? And this is going to unlock you, okay? So that you can receive the message, okay? So that you're able to speak, I don't know, get the download clearly, okay? Because this download is going to come through your crown chakra, but it's going to come through your crown chakra, but it needs to be expressed through your throat, okay? And it needs to be, it needs, like that heart and that throat chakra needs to be lined up, okay? Because this is a message from the Most High and from the ancestral realm, okay? And then they just bringing me to the term when Ascended Master Yahusha was dead for 3 days. Where did he go? You could talk with a lisp, because I was getting ready to start. My tongue is not even tied. Wow. And so it's showing like Ascended Master Yahusha, when he was dead for 3 days. In them 3 days that he was dead, he went down to the darkness to release people who had died for died in the name of his sake, or died in the name of Yahuwah, the Father. He went down there. I heard the story goes he went to release Moses, Abraham, Adam and Eve, right? These are archetypes that you have blocked. Thank you. That you have blocked down within you, okay? Your truth, that Father Abraham truth, that knowing where you come from. These are archetypes that you have locked down within you. Adam and Eve, divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay, then we saw karmic relationships, right? That was in the first cards. It didn't even come out this cards, but it was in the first cards. I was finna say curse, I don't know. But it was in the first cards. Karmic relationships was out there. And so, man, I don't know what this is, Spirit. What else is this, Spirit? We have Judgment and the Knave of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Like swiftness, right? This is your judgment. Like Spirit is like, man, bringing down the hammer on this judgment. Okay, somebody may not try to see it that way. Whoever you tell this to, I don't know. I feel like they're going to try to block, because you see how that went that way. But they may have a slick tongue. They may be slick. They might try to bounce it back on you to try to say you're crazy or something, or that you don't know what you're talking about. But Spirit is giving you the key to unlock this door, okay? To your throat chakra. You know, ravens are very intelligent and they talk all the time, okay? And then we have this big dagger in the heart. This broke your heart, okay? This really did break your heart, okay? And if this is a family member, this is definitely a karmic connection. If this is somebody in your outside reality, that could be a friend or something. Stop letting shit go. I'm hearing Knight of Wands. Yeah, stop letting shit go. Because you see this mouse is like being cool with the cat. The cat see it there. Okay, but what cats do, they naturally chase mice, right? And so this also to me give me like coexist, right? So you've been existing with this with this energy that's been stopping you from adapting your, what they would call witchy ways. They might be saying that you are a witch, okay? They may be calling this mice your familiar, or you may, this is what this feels like, okay? Because we have persecution and inquisition, right? And so, you know, back in them days, they called people witches. They would just say that, right? Just to say it. And man, I had a vision about me and my granddaughter being kept in a dungeon because we were oracles, me and my granddaughter. And they would leave us in a dungeon, and depending on what type of questions they wanted us to give them, they will have us treated in a certain type of way, because our emotions, they knew how to get answers from us. They knew how we would tap into our intuition, because we would, like the Most High would really hear. Like, I don't know about you, but I know that every time that I come to the Most High with a tear, with a cry, I don't know, with a prayer, I'm telling you, my prayers get answered. I don't know. It's just like, man, clarity comes in, and it don't be no crying every time. It just be like, because I usually can do it myself, but when I'm crying, that's a whole nother energy. And it's like, it's that energy of, you know, despair, like that fills my heart. Like, please, Lord, like it be that energy when I'm crying. And it's like my inner child is calling out to the Father. Like, oh man, it's like, what, Spirit, you crazy? Like a walking Psalms. That's what Spirit just called me, like a walking Psalms, because the Psalms of David is the inner child of David calling out to the Most High, okay? And so maybe that's something that you've been reading, the book of Psalms. This is a very spiritual / religious pal, okay? Ain't nothing ain't nothing wrong with that, because all paths lead home. And Ascended Master Yahusha came to me, and that's the only like because, and I heard Spirit say, when it happened to me, like, it had to present itself in an energy to where that I would know it was of the highest white light. If I was a Muslim, it would have came to me in Muhammad, right? If I not, what is that man named Muhammad? Whoever, I don't know. Oh, I this ain't no disrespect towards nobody. And it's, if I was a Buddha, it would have came to me as Buddha. If I was an Indian, it would have came to me as Krishna. So it's just because I have religious backgrounds, right? It came to me as that. Okay, what else here? The Five of Swords. It's been a lot of backstabbing, okay? And these people, man, you've been seeing this because that's the Knave of Pentacles, right? You've been seeing this in your outside reality, but you've been turning away from it, okay? It's like your intuition knows Queen of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, your intuition is telling you to walk away, speak your peace, and walk away, okay? Speak your peace, the Eight of Pentacles. Like, you've been planting the seeds, the Ace of Cups, okay? And so enough about that energy. But whatever this energy is that needs to come in, you need to be able to hold the frequency, okay? And you know, you see how this man is going into his pineal gland, okay? That none but the Most High. This is like you being directly connected to your feminine, your divine feminine or divine masculine, okay? I don't really know how that works. I just know that they say, like, we have both energies that exist within us, right? The divine feminine is what receives the messages from spirit. Divine masculine is what takes action, okay? Because you do it. You go out there and you do it. And you sit down and get quiet and you get the messages from your divine feminine. The energy within you is the one that opens up and receives the messages from spirit, and it sends the energy to your intuition, okay? I think that divine feminine energy is your nervous system. I'm going to ask spirit when I get off here with you all. Is the divine feminine the nervous? No, that's the divine masculine. That needs to be relaxed enough to receive information from the divine feminine. So your divine masculine is your nervous system. Okay? It needs to be relaxed, right? And when it's relaxed, messages come flowing into the nervous system, and your nervous system transmits it throughout your body, wherever your intuitive sense is, right? That vagus nerve, long nerve, it goes from the brain to the heart and to the stomach, however you perceive messages. That's how messages come in, okay? At least for me, maybe for everybody, okay? But mine's usually is like very heart based, it's third eye based, it's ear based. I don't know, it's very ingenuity, okay? And you see the flying, the air balloon, the rocket ship, the airplane. We have the eagle, this Black Hawk, right? My battery. This Black Hawk, right? It's just like, it's very ingenuity, like Spirit said. Like, I don't know what you're gonna invent. What else can we tell them, Spirit? The Ten of Swords. It's going to help people get out of this Ten of Swords energy, okay? It's going to help them channel truth, okay? It's going to help them walk away from burdens, because I heard unburden, okay? You're going to help people get the truth, okay? I heard free your mind and the rest will follow. You're gonna help this energy, whatever you finna get, this new ingenuity idea, and this could just be for you because you're gonna have to heal yourself, right? But in the process of you healing yourself, you're going to be able to teach this to someone else, okay? What else, Spirit? We have the Ace of Pentacles, okay? The Six of Cups. It's going to help people with their past life energy. Okay, the Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Victory is the Six of Wands. Okay, it's going to help people clear and heal and transmute. Okay, and we have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay, you may be doing it with the counterpart, and this could just be you and your higher self, right? You and your divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Wands. You're going to help people free themselves from the limitations of their past, okay? Because we have good fortune out here. Okay, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Ten of Cups. Also, emotional fulfillment. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. I don't know. And we have the Star, right? You could have wished upon a star, okay? But it's good energy. Whoever you are, please help me, because trust me, every time I come on here and get an idea, and I'll let you all know. But like I said, you're gonna clear the devil out of your mind, and that devil is gonna go out of your heart, and you're gonna know exactly how to do it. We have the Six of Swords. You're gonna be taken away from that, okay? Like I said, you're going to know exactly how to do it, right? Spirit is going to show you how to handle that energy. And poof, be gone. I definitely heard poof, be gone, okay? So, that's the message. I kind of want to get a little bit more, but I don't want to be on here too long. I kind of want to lay down also. And so, namaste. If you need a personal reading, my information is in the description box. I am here for you, okay? Reach out to me. My email is in the description box, okay? You're not alone on this journey, okay? You do not have to walk this journey alone, okay? That's something that a lot of people need to know, okay? Because we can often isolate ourselves being on this journey, okay? Because you're not alone. You need to know that, to understand that there are people out there that genuinely want to help and don't always want no money, no large money, okay? And so, namaste. Bye.